Right now, while you're watching this, two organs the size of your fist are filtering your entire blood supply, silently, without a single sensation to tell you they're working. Every 30 minutes, every drop of blood in your body passes through them. That's roughly 50 gallons a day. And here's the part most people have never been told. By the time kidney disease shows up clearly on a routine blood test, up to 40% of kidney function may already be gone. That is not a scare. That is just how quietly these organs fail. But they do send signals. Early ones, specific ones that most people either dismiss entirely or blame on something else. Today we're going to name 4 of them. And number 3, most people have been living with it for years and have never once been told. It was a kidney sign. Think about the last time you actually thought about your kidneys. Not your heart, not your blood pressure, your kidneys. Not unless something went visibly, painfully wrong. And that is exactly the problem. We treat kidney health like a background process, something that just runs until it doesn't. The kidneys do more than filter waste. They regulate blood pressure. They control the mineral balance your heart depends on. They decide how much fluid your body holds and how much it releases. When they begin to struggle, they don't send you to the floor. They don't make you gasp. They whisper. The problem is the whispers sound like everything else. Tired? Must be the workload. Puffy? Probably last night's dinner. Aching? That old mattress again. And so the signal goes unanswered. Month after month, year after year. A study published in the American Journal of Kidney Diseases found that the majority of people diagnosed with chronic kidney disease had no idea their kidneys were in decline, because every symptom they had seemed completely ordinary. That's what we're changing today. 4 signs your kidneys may already be asking for your attention, starting with the one most people notice and never connect. Sign 1. The foam that shouldn't be there. The next time you use the bathroom, take 1 extra second. Look at what the water does. If you see persistent foam or bubbles that linger, that don't dissolve the way normal water would, that is not nothing. That is protein. Healthy kidneys keep protein locked inside your bloodstream where it belongs. It is one of their primary jobs. But when the filtering membranes begin to where protein starts slipping through, into the urine, into the water, into the foam you've been ignoring, doctors call it proteinuria. You call it nothing, because no one ever told you to look. Persistent foamy urine is one of the earliest detectable signs of kidney stress that exists. And because it doesn't hurt, because it doesn't stop you from doing a single thing, most people live with it for months, sometimes years, before it's ever checked. If this is familiar to you, even occasionally it is worth mentioning to a doctor, not because it guarantees something is wrong, because it's specific, and specific signals deserve specific attention. Now, sign 2 is the one that feels like tiredness, but it isn't. Sign 2. The fatigue that sleep cannot fix. You slept 8 hours, and you woke up feeling like you didn't sleep at all. This kind of tiredness has a specific texture to it. It isn't just sleepiness. It's a heaviness, a thickness in the thinking, a fog that doesn't lift no matter how long you rest. Most people call it stress or age. But here's what's actually happening. When kidneys begin to lose efficiency, waste products that should be cleared start accumulating in the bloodstream. One of those waste products is urea. Elevated urea doesn't just make you feel vaguely unwell. It directly suppresses the production of red blood cells, creating a type of fatigue-linked anemia. And it disrupts the brain's ability to feel alert, focused, or rested. This is not tiredness from a difficult week. This is your blood carrying something it was never meant to carry. And no amount of sleep fixes a filtration problem. If this fatigue sounds familiar, the kind that coffee doesn't reach, the kind you've started calling just how I am, pay attention to that. That is not who you are. That may be what your kidneys have been saying for a long time. Sign 3. The swelling everyone blames on something else. This is the one. Look at your ankles at the end of the day. Look at your face in the mirror, first thing in the morning, specifically around the eyes. Look at your hands after sleeping. If you see puffiness, swelling that comes, eases, and keeps coming back, most people have a ready explanation. Too much salt. A long day on my feet. The heat. And sometimes they're right. But persistent, recurring swelling, especially around the eyes in the morning before anything has been eaten or drunk, is one of the most specific early signs of kidney stress that exists. And it is almost universally dismissed. Here is the biology. The kidneys regulate sodium and fluid balance in the body. When they begin to underperform, fluid stops leaving the way it should. It pools in the lower legs because gravity pulls it there. Around the eyes, because the skin there is thinnest in the hands and fingers when circulation slows overnight. Research from the National Kidney Foundation indicates that edema, the medical term for this fluid retention, is one of the earliest observable signs of declining kidney function, and one of the most commonly misattributed symptoms seen in primary care. This does not mean every swollen ankle is a kidney problem. It means that when the swelling is recurring, when it has no single clear cause, when it just keeps coming back, it deserves a real conversation with a doctor, not a shrug, not "I'll drink more water." A real conversation. Sign 4: the ache that doesn't behave like back pain. Everyone knows back pain. The kind from sitting too long, the bad mattress, the heavy week. Kidney pain is different. It sits higher. It lives just below your lower ribcage, often on one side, sometimes both. It is a dull, deep, persistent ache that does not shift when you change position. It does not respond to stretching. It does not ease the way muscle pain eases with heat. Because it is not muscle pain. It is organ pressure. The kidneys sit deep inside the torso, cushioned by muscle and fat. For them to produce noticeable discomfort, something notable is usually happening. A stone, an infection, inflammation, or the slow accumulating pressure of a kidney under strain. The key difference to remember: muscle pain moves. It shifts. It responds. Kidney pain tends to stay exactly where it is. If you have recurring discomfort in that specific zone, and you have been treating it as a posture problem, it may be worth asking a completely different question. Here is what nobody tells you about kidney disease. It is among the top 10 causes of death globally, and unlike most serious conditions, it regularly reaches an advanced stage in complete silence. Not because people were careless, because they had the signals and no one helped them read them. Consider a person 54 years old, active, reasonably healthy by any external measure. Notice foam in the toilet for almost 2 years. Assumed it was nothing. Notice their ankles swelling each evening after work. Assumed they'd been standing too long. Woke up tired every morning for over a year. Assumed it was the job, the stress. Getting older. By the time a routine blood panel caught the numbers, kidney function had declined to 45%. Still manageable, still treatable, but the window had been open for years. The cost wasn't a crisis. The cost was time. And now the other story. Someone notices the foam, mentions it at a routine appointment. A simple urine test confirms early protein leakage. They adjust hydration, blood pressure management, reduce processed foods. Their kidney function stays stable for years. No dialysis, no transplant list. Just one early conversation that changed the entire outcome. The body does not ask for much. It asks to be heard. Your kidneys have been working without recognition for decades. Filtering, balancing, protecting, quietly doing the work that keeps everything else running. And now you speak 4 words of their language. Foam that lingers, a fatigue that sleep cannot reach, swelling that keeps finding you, an ache that doesn't move. So here is the question to carry with you today. Which of these 4 has your body already been saying to you? If this gave you something real, something you'll actually use, subscribe to the Health Code, because your body has been talking your entire life. We're just here to help you finally understand what it's saying.